Okay, for this one, I'm gonna show you further detail on the trigger group and whatnot. First, I'm gonna just show you the little safety mechanism. Wait, hold on. Okay. Oh, I was talking to my little brother. Sorry. Anyways, I'm not sure if you can see it, but that little part right there. Oops. There. Yeah. Thanks. Anyways, uh, this little right, this little triangular looking thing, that's part of a trigger that will be disrupted by the safety. So when you lift up the safety lever, it locks in, or just basically blocks the trigger, and when you, well, basically can't pull the trigger. And when you release it, like here actually, on, off, and when you have it off, you can basically pull the trigger and allows the hook to unhook. So those are the sears. Okay, so let me switch my hand. Okay, now I'm gonna take out the pins. So this is a trigger pin and a hammer pin, which I pulled out halfway already because it was kind of pain in the ass to get it off, because I didn't really super glue the paper around the pin, so they come out separately if I don't, or when I did it last time. So now, but won't have that problem because I have it pulled out already. And this hole is supposed to be for full auto sear, this little buddy right here, which kind of started making it, and I was like, oh wait, full auto's banned in the US. So I was like, oh crap. So basically I didn't finish making that, or I don't think I'll make that. Anyways, so yeah, I'm gonna take that pin out. Very simple, just pop it right out, and that's just a random piece of metal that I found on the street. And you can, and the trigger assembly just comes right out. This is very primitive, very simple trigger mechanism. Hooks that hook onto the hammer, and this disconnector that'll hook on the hammer when you had the trigger pulled. And oh, this one person asked me if the whole thing is made out of paper. Well, the answer is obviously no, because you have little parts like the pin and the springs that's metal, and also for pieces and parts it's like sear, take tremendous amount of pressure. So these parts needs to be reinforced with metal. Like this one has a paper clip in the center that goes around like this into it, and then it's basically sandwiched together in the paper and super glue. So yeah, both of them have paper clip in them. The rails, they also need to take a lot of stress, so they have a sheet metal from a can that's super glued in there. Not sure if you can see it, but anyways, so yes, I would say majority of it is paper, like 90% is paper, but then there's some that's metal and plastic, whatnot. But it's just elaborate combination of different materials. But what I basically do is just use the paper as the base to work from it, and then combine a bunch of different stuff. So, anyways, now that I have the trigger assembly taken out, I can take the safety lever out. And what you do is basically just flip it all the way to the top, and then it comes right out. Yeah, very simple. Like, see, this one has a sheet metal from a can, like I said, because this will be very flimsy without it, and can easily break. But since I super glued that in there, now it's considerably stable, I'd say. So yeah, there's that. And the hammer assembly. Just take the pin out, and it should come off. Right, come right out. Let me get the spring out of the way. Okay, here we go. And the thing about this is actually, instead of making the spring and the hammer separate, I just glued the spring on, or yeah, just glued the spring onto the hammer. So I didn't have to go through the bother of, finding springs and whatnot. So I'm not sure if you can tell, but this just multiple layers. I don't know, I say about 50 layers of paper super glued together and then compressed together like pliers. So like again, this has a little sheet of metal on there. So this is the part where the hammer hooks onto to prevent the hammer from engaging. So you pull the trigger, it unhooks, goes off. And the disconnector, what it does is when the trigger is pulled, the hammer can engage at any time. But when you have the disconnector, that basically disrupts it, because as you have the trigger pulled, the disconnectors will be what's holding the hammer in place, and then when you release the trigger, it will come back and the hammer will unhook from the disconnector and then hook back onto the main sear, and then basically the same cycle over and over. So that's the function of trigger and safety, and this little notch right here is for the full auto sear, and it's just when you have the trigger pulled on the full auto version, there's nothing that's holding the hammer in the back when you have the trigger pulled. And what will happen is this thing will be spring loaded, so when the hammer cocks back, it will snap in place, and this will have a little bar lever on the side, and as the bolt moves forward, it will knock down the lever, and that'll knock down or cock back down the full auto sear, and then that'll allow the hammer to swing forward again. So basically, as long as you have the trigger pulled on the full auto, it just doesn't do anything pretty much. But again, you didn't hear that from me. This is not full auto sear. I don't have full auto sear. What are you talking about? Anyways, so yeah, that's pretty much it on this. Oh, and that's this just you know, only screw in this whole entire gun. And it just holds the grip into place, so you can see that. So I was actually amazed how uh, strong this thing can be. You know, I thought it was gonna be very flimsy with just one screw, but then when I used it, it's very strong and stable. So yeah, so that's pretty much it on the details. So you got the hammer, trigger, disconnector, and then the safety. So that's it for now, so see you guys later.